Hi, America. I'm Brian Johnson Balls, and today's your lucky day because it's time for another exciting edition of my new red-hot interview show, Come At Me, Balls! Now, before we continue, there's something I need to address. Last week on one of our other fake news programs, I said that certain homeless people ought to be killed by lethal injection. I want to apologize, as that remark was, in hindsight, ill-advised. We should not be blowing our very expensive and limited stockpile of lethal injection drugs on the homeless. There's got to be a cheaper way. To our great patriotic drug manufacturers and to the American economy that's counting on their profits, I ask that you please accept my apology. Now then, on with the show. As you know, immigration is one of the hot-button issues of our time, and I can't think of anyone hotter to discuss it with than the hottest secretary of all time, Kristi Noem. Of course, I meant by that cabinet-level secretary, not like a note-taker who gets me a cup of coffee and sits outside my office looking hot. Anyway, thanks for jumping into the balls pit with me, baby.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're responsible for all of Homeland Security. Big job, but the biggest organization under that umbrella is Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, baby. Just had your boy Tom Homan on here last time. Tommy Pajami. Love that guy. Anyway, ICE has conducted some controversial operations in the LA area, and when they got met with resistance, Dear Leader had the good sense to send in the National Guard and even the U.S. Marines to back them up. Tell the stupid people how you saved LA from itself, and be as hyperbolic as you want.
LA wouldn't be standing today if President Trump hadn't taken action. Then that city would have burned down if left to the devices of the mayor and the governor of that state.
So true, obvs. And I just want to be clear, you mean it would have burned to the ground, not from the fires, but simply from the sheer heat of liberal rage fuming from Angelenos' heads.
So that's one of the things that the people of LA can be grateful for, is that they don't have those bad actors.
Sorry, but I gotta jump in on that one, Madam Secretary. LA is still suffering from a glut of bad actors, if you know what I mean. Maybe you can fix that soon with more boots on the ground. And I understand ICE is on quite the recruitment drive. When you're looking for new signups for ICE, where do you turn? Who do you go after?
We will continue to go after the worst of the worst across the country, like President Trump has told us to do.
Great advice from Dear Leader, as always. We know Dear Leader likes his McDonald's, has a healthy appetite, likes to eat, but many people are wondering, has the president specifically tasked you with setting aside tasty immigrant babies for him to eat?
You know, that always is a prerogative of President Trump and his decision.
I guess it just depends how hungry he is. Speaking of Dear Leader, and I know it's not your department, and this is a highly sensitive topic, but since you travel in these circles, have you seen the complete Epstein files? Do they say anything about individuals currently in the administration?
Many of these individuals were people who have, conducted horrific activities against American citizens, trafficking of children and pedophiles.
Oh, damn it, I did it again. It's the wrong question. Wrong question. I'm going to get fired. Well, tell you what, could you just give me that exact same answer, but for this question instead? What's a common trend you're seeing now among immigrant detainees?
Many of these individuals were people who have, conducted horrific activities against American citizens, trafficking of children and pedophiles.
There it is. We found the narrative we're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Nomad. Dodged a bullet there. Illinois Governor J.D. Pritzker has struck a defiant tone towards the administration. He's rebuffed plans to put federal boots on the ground there, even though Chicago is obviously, as anyone can see, and Dear Leader has described it, a hellhole. To tell these strange little people in Chicago what they really need by using numbers in some unclear way.
We're doing exactly what those people need, is they need someone to help them get the dangerous criminals off their streets. And if he has 1, 2, 5, or 10, those victims and their families deserve to walk in freedom.
Right, but if he has 3, 4, or 7 through 9, they can all go fuck themselves, right? I love it when you talk about crime. What a plastic, fantastic woman you are. Could you do me a solid here and just throw me some murder stats with your trademark dead deer in the headlights stare? You have no idea what that does to me.
Chicago had More murders than any other American city. In fact, just last year in 2024, they had 3 times the amount of murders that LA did, 5 times more than New York City.
Damn, that was hot. Thanks for indulging me, Ice Barbie. You've taken a lot of heat for putting down a puppy of yours by shooting it in the back of the head. I want to give you a chance to explain to the puppy lovers out there why you had to do that.
I was a governor for many years, so I recognize the responsibilities that you have on your shoulder when you're a governor.
I didn't realize puppy murder was part of your official gubernatorial duties. Congrats on being so tough. Speaking of how tough you are, you like to pose with detainees. Do you see it as kind of like posing with an elk you killed? Do you make sure you're the hottest woman in those photos? Because sometimes, not gonna lie, those immigrant lady detainees can be pretty foxy. That notwithstanding, some have complained that this looks like political theater to them, whatever their problem is. Do you see it that way?
We absolutely are not looking through the viewpoint at anything we're doing with a political lens. It is what can we do to make sure that we're continuing to get up every day and to fight for the American citizen and that they have the chance to go out there and pursue the American dream.
And nothing says the American dream quite like posing for selfies with captives. Am I right or am I right wing?
Absolutely.
Next question. I understand you have plans to monitor American workers everywhere. Why don't you tell us about it?
Absolutely. Every employee will be evaluated as to if they're doing their job and if they're doing it appropriately.
I think that's such a great idea. And of course, I love being monitored at work. Now, some freedom activists are going to complain that this is Big Brother authoritarian tactics or whatever. It really bothers me that some people talk about authoritarianism as if it's a bad thing. In crazy times like this, we need some authority. And who has the courage to stand up there and say, hey, you know what? I'm an authoritarian and I'm proud of it.
Well, guess what? Kristi Noem is.
There we go. And I salute you for it, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. When you were governor of South Dakota, your administration released a meth awareness campaign called Meth. We're on it. That campaign was, I think, unfairly maligned. I mean, obviously, you didn't mean to suggest that you personally were on meth, did you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, so you did mean to suggest that. Okay. Wow. Yeah, all right. Are you high on the meth right now?
Absolutely.
As Homeland Security Secretary, you're also tasked with running FEMA. Compared to prior administrations, how much faster have natural disasters completely overwhelmed yours?
100% quicker than any other administration has. In fact, with the disasters that we saw that were so horrific and devastating in Texas and New Mexico, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's a lot. How many disasters would you say Dear Leader has caused so far?
We've had over a dozen, close to 20 different disasters throughout the country just since President Trump has been the president of the United States.
Oh, well, you got bigger fish to fry. We're almost out of time, but before I let you go, maybe you can help me settle a debate. Some of my fans have told me I need to settle down, find a hot wife. Too bad you're taken. But here's the thing. Why are they expecting just one woman to satisfy all of my wild desires?
I don't know how they ever expected one person to do that.
Exactly. Look, I know you're married, a mother, a grandmother for that matter, a gilf if I do say so myself. You're spoken for. I get it. But still, maybe we could go out sometime. Do you swing?
We should ensure that we leave every avenue on the table.
Honestly, that's a better answer than I was expecting. Do you want to talk after the show?
Yes, absolutely.
Woo! I think I just jizzed a little. Secretary Noem, thank you for taking the time to lifelessly stare at us today. That's good enough. See you later, you stone cold fox. Thanks for joining us. Won't you take a moment to like and subscribe to Fake Ass News? We're the only network you can count on to keep you up to speed on who you can or can't talk shit about if you want to stay employed in the land of the free. So keep it locked to this network or you will suffer the consequences. I'm Brian Johnson Balls, and I'll see you next time right here on Come At Me Balls! I'm still here!